Good morning, welcome or welcome back to Bookeemonsters. My name is PK. It is Friday, TGIF, December the 12th, 12/12/25. We are here to look at the rest of the cozy mysteries that were published this week. There's a few of them. We're getting fewer in number of things published as we get closer to the holidays, but we will look at what we can look at. Hope you're having a good day. I keep looking out there because Keo is outside. It is very cold here. Says it's about 10, feels like -5. So, yes, he's Nikita, but I don't want him to be out there too long. Lena says, good morning, how you doing? She says, I am good. Had 48 ounces of sparkling water in a can yesterday, and I'm going to bring 2 sparkling water with me to program. Nice! I'm going to make me my cappuccino coffee with a pinch of hot cocoa. That sounds delicious. And it's going to be super yummy. Yes, it is. There's my light. And she says it's going to be another warm day, and most likely we'll do something fun. I'm doing a fantastic job of drinking 48 ounces of water yesterday. That is a very good goal and healthy for you. Beth says, good morning to you. She says, good morning, Elena. Congratulations on the water. I'm so bad about drinking water. Me too. That coffee, though, sounds so good. I'm getting up now to make some. You're an influencer. And she said, just made my cappuccino coffee with almond milk. I think I like that of how it tastes. That sounds very good, and I'm so happy to be here with you. Well, I'm happy you are here too. I appreciate you. She says, good morning to Beth. All right, quick announcements. I don't do any sprints tonight. I don't do them on Friday night. Our next sprints are tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern for 5 hours. Every Tuesday and Thursday evenings and Friday afternoons. Let's look at Cozy Mysteries. We ended here, so we're starting here. An Unlikely Exposure by Gina X. Grant, 5th in the Unlikely Murder Club series. When J.J. Ruckart's true crime book hits the bestseller list, Hollywood descends on Unlikely to film Agatha Shadwell's criminal past. Overnight, the quiet town transforms into a circus of trailers, boom mics, and suspiciously attractive actors. With her name splashed across tabloids and talk shows, Agatha knows it's only a matter of time before her past comes knocking. Mobsters, scammers, and at least one sociopath out for revenge. But the knock on her door isn't a hitman. It's her mother! 85, fabulous and wildly off-script, Deidre Shadwell arrives with a suitcase full of stories, questionable motives, and a performance that threatens to steal the spotlight. The real disruption comes from a nosy videographer determined to expose every secret Unlikely has buried. Then he turns up dead, and his camera vanishes. Whatever he filmed, someone was willing to kill to keep it hidden. Now with suspects in every trailer and the production on the verge of collapse, the Unlikely Murder Club must solve the crime before Hollywood's big finale becomes Agatha's final curtain. Oops, I gotta go get Keo. And I forgot to click on it, so here's that cover. We'll give you that moment. I'm gonna pop off for a minute. My sound is still on. Right back. Excuse me. Yeah, you've got snow. Yeah, it looks like we got about 5 inches of snow out there. All right. And Elena says, good morning to Beth. Beth says, I'm back with my coffee too. I work at home on Friday, so I can sometimes make the live. Yay! It's a great way to start the day. Huzzah! Yeah, good news about books. That's a way better way to start. Elena says, tomorrow is the first night of Hanukkah. Oh, okay. And Mary says, good morning. Well, good morning to ya. Happy Friday. Gray and cold here in Virginia, but no snow. They say we are going to get it. Yes, we are a little bit ahead. But, you know, there are worse places in Montana, truly. We are kind of the banana belt. But we did get 5 inches, which makes me happy because it rained first. And I'd rather drive on snow than ice. Deck the Halls Dead by Tessa Ora. 6th in the Penelope Sinclair Cozy Murder Mysteries. When demanding organizer Margot Bellamy is found electrocuted beside Santa's sleigh, the holiday glow dims fast. Suddenly, Santa's a suspect. The lights keep flickering, and Bath is buzzing louder than a string of faulty bulbs. I should be busy selling scarves and ornaments at the Curious Finds, but with Grandma Joyce declaring doom, Theo sniffing up trouble, and the festival on the line, sleuthing feels as inevitable as fruitcake. Could it be Edna, ousted from her gingerbread booth? Tricia, forever overlooked for Margot's job? Rachel, the volunteer who stormed off? Or Darren, the stagehand whose toolbox holds more than wrenches? Even a mysterious out-of-towner with a camera might not be as harmless as he looks. With danger crackling around every corner, I'll need more than tinsel to keep Bath's biggest tradition alive. I keep forgetting to click on it. Here's your moment. Elena says good morning to Mary. Mary is saying hi to Elena and Beth. Early bookworms, indeed. Beth says good morning, 60s in Texas today. Wow. We've got a couple days of winter and then back in the 40s, which is unusual, but I am not going to complain about that. And I can't complain when winter is actually here again. Postcard Pause and Poison Pen by Tam Lumiere. Part of Holiday Craft Caper, 20 books. All by different authors, as we are finding. Sea glass artist Celia Sand loves her coastal town's over-the-top holiday traditions almost as much as she loves her bear-sized Newfoundland Grimmy. But when vintage Christmas postcards start turning up with poison pen messages aimed at the Miss Mary Sugarberry pageant girls, Celia finds a glitter-drenched mystery tucked beneath the tinsel. With the Christmas market in a frenzy, a rumor-chasing podcaster stoking the drama, and a pageant director held together by candy canes and willpower, Celia teams up reluctantly and sparks splendidly with Sugarberry's new police chief, Sawyer Darcy. Between peppermint lattes, driftwood decor, and clandestine rehearsals, the pair follow a trail of mistletoe clues that's as charming as it is cutthroat. And we will stop there. The Missing Chapter by Mandy Page, 3rd in the Ridgeline Dog Mysteries. Claire Hartley has settled into her quiet life in Ridgeline, Colorado, morning coffee at the dog park with her golden retriever Boone and her suspicious rescue Pepper, evenings at the Buzz with the enigmatic drinking game. More like a slug. Bartender Mick. She's done with mysteries, at least that's what she keeps telling herself. But when acclaimed historian Thomas Brennan is found dead in his home office, killed slowly by arsenic in his daily coffee, Claire's novelist brain refuses to stay quiet, especially when she learns that Thomas was about to publish a tell-all exposing the buried secrets of families throughout the mountain communities. Someone wanted him silenced before those secrets saw the light of day. Again, we're going to stop there. Keep moving. Concert of Shadows by Philip J. Sterling, 2nd in the Silver Compass Chronicle series. 3 concerts, 1 priceless violin, a thief already inside. When a rare, Guarneri del Gesù, I'm so slaughtering that, I'm so sorry, a violin arrives in Salzburg for 3 sold-out performances, journalist Luna Moreno expects to cover the music, not stumble into another international theft. But the pattern is unmistakable. Milan, Amsterdam, London. 3 cities, 3 vanished instruments. As opening night looms, Luna slips into the shadowy corridors of Salzburg's concert halls, navigating backstage rivalries and a virtuoso whose dazzling talent may hide something far darker. With security tightening and a thief already among them, every note brings her closer to a truth someone will do anything to silence. In the birthplace of Mozart, Luna races against time in a world where the stakes rise far beyond the music. Speaking of Mozart, I had not heard one of his pieces, and I adore it. It wasn't played during his lifetime, it was published afterward. It is the Fantastique number 3. Fantasy number 3. Beautiful. Side note, squirrel. Bitter Icing by Maisie Marple, 6th in the Destination Wedding Cozy Mystery Series. Pastry chef June Elcott has built a reputation one buttercream rose at a time, and her 5-tier lavender honey masterpiece for the Whitfield Brennan wedding is her crowning achievement. Wisteria House Inn is the perfect setting, a converted Victorian manor surrounded by fragrant lavender fields and cascading purple blooms. But when a wealthy guest collapses after tasting June's cake at the rehearsal dinner, this dream destination becomes a nightmare. With every suspicious glance landing on the outsider with the poisoned cake, June realizes that if she doesn't find the real killer, her career and possibly her freedom will crumble faster than day-old shortbread. End of that row. Boop. Helena says, "Yay, winter is coming! Yippee!" And Mary says, "Show tomorrow. Oh, if it doesn't snow. Not going to drive 2 hours to it in snow. Good plan. So have the car to pack and make a few last minute things." Well, good luck at the show if you have it. Otherwise, hunker down, cuddle up in the snowy weather. Like the cover of the Concert of Shadows. Yeah, interesting concept. So that was book 2 of that series. So you're not too far behind if you want to start it. Murder on the Final Reel at Primrose Studios. 3rd in the Victorian Graves and Gaslight Guild series by Marissa Paxson. There are proper venues for moral improvement. The wardrobe loft of a struggling London picture studio is not usually one of them. When crusading patron Miss Temperance Vale ascends to inspect the smocks at Primrose Studios and is later discovered inconveniently dead among the royal mantles, junior scenario writer Clara Ashcombe finds herself with a very real corpse, a very vocal moral committee, and a script that did not cover this eventuality at all. Frankly, it is careless of it. With the police eager to arrest whichever actor looks most depraved in grease paint and the Society for the Improvement of Modern Amusements poised to close the studio on principle, Clara and her infuriating, charming employer, director Nathan Viner, must untangle motives knotted as tightly as the costume ribbons. Who quietly turned a patron into a cautionary example? And why do so many respectable benefactors look better in the ledger than in the confessional queue? I don't know. Doop. Elena says, "I love them too." Oh, good. Here Comes the Doom by Allison Higgins. Doesn't say if it's a part of a series or not. She plans magical weddings. The curses are not in the package. Ivy Blitz makes a living turning supernatural chaos into picture-perfect I do. Pixie uncles, levitating flower girls, mildly homicidal bouquets, she's seen it all. But her newest job is something else entirely, an underwater glass cathedral on the ocean floor, binding a mer prince and a witch princess in a treaty-making alliance the whole world is watching. Well, not the whole world. If the wedding goes well, Ivy's tiny business, Blitz and Bliss, will finally be on the map. If it goes wrong, the cracks in the cathedral won't just be metaphorical. When the rehearsals explode into kelp attacks, hijacked siren songs, and lethal ward failures, Ivy realizes someone is sabotaging vows across the city using an oath glyph that feeds on regret. With a rule-obsessed safety inspector, a hex-happy baker, a pattern-spotting detective, and one very sarcastic ghost cat. It's not just a ghost, it's a ghost cat. It's not just a cat, it's a ghost. Ivy has to rewire the magic before the big I do turns into we're doomed. Veil of Secrets. Oh, Maisie. Oh. Also published this week. I'm just reading the... Well... Have these been published before? No, it's Kindle Unlimited. Is she doing 2 this week? Weird. Event coordinator Noelle Thatch has orchestrated flawless celebrations for 12 years, but the Pemberton Ashford wedding at the magnificent Miracle Manor promises to be her most challenging yet. The Gilded Age estate is breathtaking, the couple is deeply in love, and the budget is unlimited. But there's just one problem. The bridal party can barely stand to be in the same room together. When Noelle asks the bride about the tension crackling between old friends, Audrey waves it off as ancient history. But on the eve of the ceremony, a groomsman is found dead at the bottom of the grand staircase, and ancient history suddenly feels very present indeed. The police call it an accident, too much champagne, a misstep, a fatal fall. But Noelle notices details that don't add up, small inconsistencies that suggest someone at this glittering gathering wanted the victim silenced permanently. As she digs deeper into the web of old friendships and older secrets, she uncovers a devastating truth that connects this death to a tragedy 4 years in the making. The charming best man, the grieving sister, the haunted bridesmaid, everyone in this wedding party is hiding something, and stakes are higher than anyone imagined. Oh, this is the finale to the series. So maybe she did send 2 out into the world this week. Murder at the Sunnyside Brunch by Diana Beckett, 4th in the Harvest Moon Diner Murder Mysteries. Spring finally feels kind in Maple Ridge. After 3 brutal cases and months of debt, Tessa Bloom is standing at the edge of a real breakthrough. Harvest Moon Diner has been chosen to host a glossy farm-to-brunch pop-up with TV star chef Serena Drake, complete with cameras, a new cookbook, and the kind of national feature that could erase Tessa's loan balance in one good rerun. Then the man who actually wrote the cookbook drops dead on Tessa's floor. Noah Price, Serena's quiet co-author and researcher, collapses in front of a packed house after tasting a plate of Sunny Glen heritage eggs during the live demo. Early test point at the local egg farm. These guys are sleuths. The production company wants a simple story, and once again the easiest villain is the small town diner that cannot seem to host an event without a body. Tessa is done playing the scapegoat. With Jade trying to keep the kitchen open, Logan combing through hours of behind-the-scenes footage, and Mrs. Donnelly collecting gossip from every booth in town, Tessa starts peeling back the glossy brunch branding. She finds a ghost-written cookbook deal that cut Noah out of the real money, a production assistant with secret side payments, and draft chapters where Noah quietly connected Harvest Moon, an old inspector, and a string of accidents that all benefited the same developer who once tried to buy her corner lot. Someone used a rare plant-based toxin on a simple plate and hoped the blame would die with Noah and the bad egg story, etc. Sometimes they just don't know when to stop. Muffin to Hide by Amber Ward, 3rd in the Bluebird Bakery Cozy Mysteries. Love is in the air in Willowbrook until a groom and a cake both disappear. Look, we get it. Weddings are bad. Don't have weddings. When the Sweetheart Festival's grand vow renewal celebration turns into a frosting-covered fiasco, baker-turned-sleuth Lily Fairchild is left with an empty van, a trail of pink icing, and a town full of gossip. Determined to save the Bluebird Bakery's reputation and her own sanity, Lily teams up with her best friend Penelope, her ever-curious cat Cinnamon, and the town's charming vet Jack Oakley to unravel a sticky mystery of jealousy, sabotage, and sugar-coated secrets. From missing rings to rival caterers, every clue leads to more chaos, and one very sweet twist no one saw coming. So what, is he going to ask him to marry her? We saw that twist. We saw that twist before that book was written. Well, not a whole lot, but we got through them all. Alright, let me get caught up on... Mary says, and a partridge in a pear tree. Sounded like that when you were rattling off all the problems in the Doom book. I know, it's like, okay, stop already. Beth says, I've been reading the Hungarian Tea House series by Julia Buckley. Nice. Love number 1, ordered the other 3. Now I'm halfway through the last one, and a bit sad. She doesn't release books very often. Authors, what are we going to do about them? And Mary says, Corgi! Yes. And Lena says, see you tomorrow. Well, you have a good weekend, honey bunny. Alrighty, so that is it for this week. Again, I don't have any sprints tonight. I don't do them on Friday night. Our next sprints are tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. They go for 5 hours. Bring your own book, work on a project, be creative, close your eyes, whatever it is. That is your self-care. Next week, we'll look at more books published next week. Hopefully there are some as we get closer to Christmas. We will look at them. Mary, hope you have a good show if you have a show, and if there's any sign of snow, stay home, please. Be safe. And Lane says, see you Saturday morning. Alrighty, baby. Alright, well, thank you very much. Be safe. Have a good weekend if I don't see you. Read good books. And as the banner says here, hold the thought. Mary says, have a great weekend, everyone. Stay warm, although it doesn't sound like you need to worry about that, Beth, being in Texas. Thanks so much, and take care, everyone. Absolutely. Back at you, baby. Beth says, have a great weekend. Yes, you too. Thank you so much for being here. All right. Have a good weekend, and don't be a bookworm, be a bookie monster. Nom nom nom. Have a good day. God bless.